everyone, it's Sanni. I'm going to be doing the Victoria's Secret model makeup. It's really nice look. I like their makeup. It's kind of a girl next door with sexy edge, and you kind of have really pink flush cheeks, fairly nude pink lips, but with a little kind of highlight at the cupid's bow. The brows are always kind of super full, and then the eyes they're sexy and there's like fake lashes and stuff, but because the inner corner is left nude, it's not really too heavy. So without further ado, I'm gonna go and take off my makeup and we can get started. So I'm going to start off with my Vitalumiere Aqua foundation by Chanel, and this is in a 30 beige. And you have to mix it up really well. I'm just going to apply that with my MAC foundation brush. This is the 190. And just apply it all over. This is a really fab foundation because it's light, but it still covers. Then I'm going to cover a few spots with my Vichy Dermablend. This is actually a foundation, but it's it's almost like a concealer, and I use it in a 35. I totally love this product. I found it in a Lisa Eldridge video. I'll put a link underneath where she uses it, and I love it. It does a great job, and I use it with my MAC 224 brush. Just kind of gets rid of all your spots, but it's not too much like a heavy concealer. And then under the eyes, I'm actually going to use the same Vichy Dermablend, but I'm using it in a 15. I've got a tiny bit of the other one left on my hand, so they'll kind of mix together. Next, I'm going to use a Makeup Forever blush, and this is like in a cream to powder format, and the shade is number 5, and it gives you a really pretty pink flush. So really carefully put some in the back of your hand. You need like a tiny amount, literally like that. Pop some on the apple of your cheek, but maybe a little bit higher, and just blend it out. We're going to go straight onto the eyes. I'm going to use my MAC Painterly paint pot, just with my finger, to prime the eyelids. And take it all the way to the brow bone. For the eye makeup, I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked palette again. I know that a lot of people on YouTube use tons of different kinds of palettes, like for every look, but I prefer to try and stick with the same ones. I don't want anybody to feel like they need to go and buy every single eyeshadow, so that all I want to kind of show you is that you can do tons of different looks with the same product. So you don't need to own every single product that's been used. You can alter and you can use your own as well. First, I'm going to use the lightest shade, which is Virgin, and I'm just going to use it with my MAC 239 brush, and I'm going to pop it in the inner corner, kind of almost halfway. Now, one thing that most Victoria's Secret models have is they highlight the inner corner of the eye, and they also highlight the cupid's bow. I'm then going to just keep using the same brush, and I'm going to move on to Naked, which is a matte color. And I'm going to do the outer half of the eye. I also like to take it just slightly under the eye. I'm then going to use my MAC Angle brush. This is the 266, and I am using I'm using a combination of two colors. I'm using a combination of Creep and Gunmetal. So these are the two darkest shades in the palette. A kind of a very dark very dark grey and a black. And then where your crease is, or just above, I'm just going to draw a line. And I'm going to flick it up a little bit. And then I'm going to connect that line to my eye. MAC 217 brush, and I'm using another color of this palette called Buck. I'm taking a little tiny bit of it on the brush, and I'm just going to blend out what we just did. And then go over it again with your angled brush. And this time kind of connect it to the lower lash line as well. Don't go very far, just go into like a quarter or a third into it. And to the upper lash line. Take a bit more Buck onto it and just add some just here. And really just blend the edges. Just go over it more times than you think you have to. And you'll notice I have a little bit of fallout here, but that's fine because we didn't powder, so we're just going to clean it up with the same concealer after we've done. And then just take a clean brush, same, and just do the outer edge here. Go into your crease and draw a line, flick it up a little bit, and then connect it to your lash line. So you're kind of left with shape like that. I'm going to strengthen it a little bit and then we'll blend it. And go over it again, and this time connecting to your lower lash line and your top lash line. And clean up above here. It should look like you're not wearing any shadow here, just under the brow bone. It should feel very naked. Now we'll clean up with the same Dermablend in 15, and I'm just using kind of a little wedge. And where you have fallout, you just tap it away. Now is a good time to powder. I'm using Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I love this powder. It's so light and fantastic. Next, I'll curl my eyelashes. And then I'm going to use Benefit Their Real Mascara in black. I'm not going to use tons of liner. I'm going to use the same MAC 266 brush, and I'm using Bobbi Brown Black Ink Gel Eyeliner. The reason why I'm using this, not for example MAC, is you can use this on the waterline. So I'm going to put some of this just on the outer third to half of the waterline. I'm just going to brush it in. And really try and get it into kind of the root of the lashes. And then with the same brush, I'm just going to line about half of my eye. And just wing it up to where your shadow is. So the liner kind of stops just here, so I'm not taking it all the way to the inner corner of the eye. I want it to be bare. And wing it up. I'm going to add some fake lashes. I'm using Eyelure Girls Aloud in Kimberly. I use a lot of Girls Aloud lashes. I think they're really good. I think they just know what lashes look great. So these have kind of like, they are thicker in the outer end. They're not really kind of too winged. They're a little bit winged, but they just have like an emphasis on the outer edges. So I'm going to pop these on and we'll continue. I'm using this is a brow gel in a light brown. This is actually a Finnish brand called Lumene, which I don't know if you can get in very many places, but loads of brands do brow gel. So just kind of brush your brows up as much as you can. I'm then going to take Buck with a clean angled brush and I'm going to just make my brows quite a bit fuller. Victoria's Secret models always seem to have quite full brows these days. And then brush through with your eyebrow gel again. Then we'll do a little bit of contouring. I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Powder in a dark. And I'm also using, this is just a Bare Minerals brush, the kind of standard brush. And we're going to contour under the cheekbone and up to the forehead. Now we did have cream blush on, but I'm going to add a bit more pink. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Pale Pink in a 9. This is my absolute favorite pink. It looks quite, it's cold and it looks quite stark, but when you put it on it's very flattering. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more of that on. As a highlighter, I'm using the Benefit High Beam. And I'm just going to use it here. Then for the lips, Victoria's models have lips that I usually don't look too made up. So we're going to do a very pale pink lip. And first I'm going to do like I think this is called the Reverse Lip Liner by Cargo. And there's a couple of different colors. And I can't tell you which one this is now. O2. So I'm just going to line my Cupid's bow. It's always really accentuated in Victoria's Victoria's Secret lingerie shoots, so I'm really going to accentuate that. And then I'm going to line my lips with Bobbi Brown Pale Pink. I'm going to line and fill them in actually. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of MAC Angel lipstick. It's a really, really pretty pink. And just to finish with, I'm adding a little bit of the High Beam just in the center of my lips. And also on that Cupid bow. Just to kind of highlight it. So that's your Victoria's Secret model look finished. It's fresh and kind of girly, but with sexy edge. So I hope you really enjoy it. If you like my channel, please subscribe and I'll see you again next time. Bye.